All right, so today is a two-a-day session for legs. We trained the legs earlier this week on Sunday. It was a little more quad focus. Today it'll be a two-a-day session and basically pounding the posterior chain. Both of us need to bring up our hams or glutes a little bit more. For me, obviously, because I'm in classic physique now, I'm not really showing glutes, but I need to bring up my hamstrings, back density overall, but more posterior chain oriented today. You'll see it in both sessions. Starting with a snatch rip deadlifts from a deficit. Now you'll notice that we're keeping the torso as tall as possible. An isometric, obviously, contraction in the lats, but we're really focusing on leg drive. So staying as upright as we possibly can, driving through the legs, resetting every rep. And we're gonna do a wave pattern here. So wave loading, our reps are we'll do 6 sets total. And our reps are gonna go 5, 4, 3, and then again 5, 4, 3. On the second round, we're gonna try to increase the weight a little bit, what we did on the first round of 5, 4, 3. But again, like today, because it's two-a-day sessions, no failure on anything. We're not gonna go to absolute failure on anything because it's gonna, interfere with recovery, because we are basically training everything 3 times a week right now, so very, very high frequency. So we're basically just doing this morning 3 exercises, which you'll see, and then back this evening, 3 main exercises and a little accessory movement at the end, and then that's it for legs. So during the session, volume's a little bit lower than typically, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, all week long, the total volume for the body part is very high. So we're gonna hit these, and then we'll move on to the next 2 exercises. All right, that was the first round of wave. We did 5, 4, 3. So this is the last wave round. So we're going to increase the weight a little bit, what we did on the first wave through. So, it doesn't mean anything crazy, just increasing, but the big thing is maintain technique, the torso upright, maintain the roughly 4-second negative, drive through the legs, and don't go to failure. My mentality is I always want to push until I'm at failure, so I got to remind myself not to do that, especially on these, because we're coming back, 6 hours from now or so, 5, 6 hours from now, and doing the second session. So gotta be smart about this. You want me to lay my hands on you. Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands on me. All you got to do is lay your hands on me. Lay your hands on me. Lay your hands on me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, rest will kill you, but you can tell still in prep mode even with the week off. Oxygen debt's still there, and I feel body fat's still really low just because energy isn't that great. It's not horrible, but 7 weeks. All right, so this last two, like I said, we're only doing 3 exercises today. These last two, in superset. Superset in a sense, we're actually just pairing them because we're resting 60, 90 seconds between the two movements. Reps are 6 or so. Single leg press, and then glute ham raises. 4 rounds of that, call it a day. I mean, we did the wave loading on the deadlifts first for 6 total sets, and then 4 rounds of these two. That's it until we come back this evening. So, but today obviously with more load focus in a sense, we're not going to failure, longer rest periods, nervous system recovery, because it's more a little bit more CNS based. So anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes on the deadlifts. And then on these, around 60 to 90 seconds. So I do leg press, rest about 69 seconds, do the glute ham, 69 seconds back until 4 rounds are done, and that's it. What's up, guys? So we just got through with the first workout of the day. And obviously today's a 2-a-day leg session. And we are just basically getting back from Vegas, starting our prep going into Junior USA's. So, I mean, we really needed that break after 3 months of dieting. So we basically we worked out a few times during the week. We ate pretty freely. We ate our good foods like we typically eat. We just didn't measure anything. We went out to dinner a few times. And if we wanted something, we had it. So, you know, just needed the body to kind of relax and reboot. You know, getting back into training this week, full force, and you can still tell that, you know, you've been prepping because energy levels still aren't great. It's because body fat's still low at this point. You know, 1 week isn't going to really shift that. I gained all of, I think, 4 pounds from my prep, my contest weight during that week, and obviously it's just mostly water. So it's important to make sure you don't just over diet into a contest. So a few things are changing, obviously going to this prep to, you know, make sure I'm on point with everything. So I'm sure everybody knows Matt Porter. I met him out, we had dinner out in Vegas. You know, I've known Matt for a little while and obviously followed him on social media, and I respect everything he does. And, you know, we have the same philosophies on a lot of things. So Matt's going to be my second eye going into Junior USA's. I have clients in Junior USA's as well, so last thing I need is to put stress on myself, and, you know, obviously my clients are most important, so getting them ready for the show, but then, you know, trying to prep myself for the same show, you know, that just kind of goes, I would put myself last, obviously, so I wouldn't bring my best. Another reason bringing Matt on is to make sure I don't overdo things going into Junior USA's, because my mentality, you know, as an athlete is on all switch, and I would typically keep pushing and pushing more than I need to push. So he's going to keep me in a good place and not over diet, but still coming in on point, obviously, bring the most conditioned package I can possibly bring. and just make sure everything's on point. Open communication between the two of us. He listens to what I say, have to say, and my feedback, and I trust him. So looking forward to for him to be my second eye going into this contest, and I think it'll be a big help and take a lot of stress off me having to deal with clients myself at the same show. So that being said, we're back to our new training phase going into Junior USA's right now, because we were doing such high volume work prior to the first show. This time around, for this first 3 or 4 weeks anyways, around 3 weeks, our split is going to be 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, just that rotation. For the first 3 days, it's single training sessions. We take a day off, and then the next 3 days is 2-a-day sessions, training the same body part twice in a day, like today for legs. So when we go back this evening, it'll be actually our third leg workout of the week. So as far as like nutrition goes, nutrition on my 2-a-days, 0 cardio on those days, higher obviously amount of calories and carbs. This is my post-workout meal for the first workout: rice, asparagus, turkey, and sweet potato. Obviously, and also the cortisol from Matt, MPA. I take it in between my 2 workouts, which really helps with mental focus. And with this stuff, I mean, honestly, take it pre-workout, post-workout, it builds in your system. So the most important thing is just be consistent, take it every single day. That way it stays in your system. It helps control cortisol and recovery. So what we'll do now is we'll rest up for 5-6 hours. Have this meal, I'll have another meal. Then we'll go record the second leg training session. Maybe speak a little bit right after that. And then that'll be it for now. So we're currently 7 weeks out from Junior USA's. And also my wife, Nicole, is doing, you'll see her in the video, she's training right along with me. I'll adjust things as needed. Her calories are higher at this point as well. But we're rotating them based on her activity levels. So we're looking to tighten her up a little bit more, and but still bring the nice full package, glutes, hams, all that good stuff that a bikini competitor needs. So all in all, it's nice to get back. I'm 100% motivated for this first national show, the new division, and we'll see how things go. And looking forward, obviously, to working with Matt and bringing my best to the stage. All right, so we're back here for the second workout of the day, starting with rack pulls. And as you can see it's really high, and there's a point for that. And most people are like, oh, he's not, range of motion's terrible and whatnot. But we saw the workout from this morning. We were doing a deficit with snatch and deadlift. So the whole point and the reasoning why we're doing these at the knee level is, number one, to save the lower back from being beat to shit. Because training legs 3 days a week's a lot, so we need to make sure that the lower back is kind of protected. So we're focusing mainly on lat activation and hip and leg drive. So lats are constantly contracted. It's a touch and go method, so we go down, touch the pins, drive almost like we're jumping through the ceiling. But not to heave the lower back and hyperextend. So you come up, glutes contracted, tap, contract, but really a lot of leg drive, almost like we're trying to jump straight up. And we're just basically building up, and we're going to do a weight that's basically that would be a hard 7 to 9 reps, but again, not going to failure. So we'll work up to that. We'll count the last 3 or 4 sets as our main working sets. Once we get done with that, then that's it for this. Then we'll move on to the next 2 exercises.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. I reach my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong? Would it be right? night. Chances are that I might mutilation out of sight, and I'm contemplating suicide. 'Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine.
All right, guys, so we're moving on to the next exercise. Actually, we're pairing these again, kind of like this morning. So we're gonna start with leg press. And we're actually gonna do some dead stop presses here. So every time we go to the bottom, slight pause for a second, the weight stack can touch, but you're keeping tension in the legs, and then pressing up. And then as soon as we're done with this, we'll rest about 60 seconds or so. And then the seated leg curls, we're gonna do 6 to 8 reps on that. And back and forth for 4 rounds. And then once we're done with that, actually on the last set of the leg curls, we'll do a drop in weight and then 20 partials out of the bottom, but nothing fancy here. Then once we're done with these two, then we got one more exercise. All right, guys, so last exercise today, was gonna do horizontal back extensions, but honestly, the rectors are crazy tight. So, opting for the reverse hyper. Take advantage of it because obviously I'm still gonna work my rectors, glutes, hams, but because upper body's supported, lower body's moving, obviously pendulum, we're gonna decompress the spine, open it up, get fluid going in there. So kind of like a rehab exercise all in one, open up my psoas. So, you know, to me, a little more bang for your buck here as opposed to the lower back extensions. So, changing things up according to how I feel. Last thing for the day.
I see your motives inside. See just fine.